Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Why am I standing so far away from the camera, I hear you ask? Well, the answer is this. I think after over 20 years of being a coach driver, I've never been to Whitby, and I think I must be the only one. So I'm going to pop my Whitby cherry today as I take Basford United Football Club up to Whitby for their match against Whitby. It's going to be an interesting run, so join us as we go.
Voiceover Robin here. I realised that I actually forgot to say the reason why I was stood so far away after all that, and it kind of at least seems to have lost its kind of impact now. But what I was going to say was that when you watch football, you're so used to seeing little people so far away that I try and replicate that idea of a little person far away. But actually, as it goes in the end, the match was at a fairly small stadium, and the people weren't that small after all that, so it kind of failed in the end. But anyway, so we're going to leave the yard. A couple of shots of us leaving the yard and then arriving at Basford United.
Sorry mate, I've never been here before, so...
Well, give me 2 minutes, just pull up outside.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll get you to reverse back out,
Okay.
and then turn it round and come back down this way,
Okay.
and then you finish it up with where you're ready to go.
Okay, so just parking here but the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
On this side. 1 minute, let me just get the...
Yeah, no problem, Steve, thank you.
As you can imagine, this happens quite a lot where we end up going somewhere, especially when it's the first time you've never been there before. You just kind of have to rock up and see what happens, and this happens a lot that we end up having to turn around or move location or do something, so you get very used to doing this. I know it looks a bit tight around here, but actually the cars were parked fairly well, no one really particularly close. I guess the cars who live around here, the people who live around here know that the coach comes down and needs to turn around, so they try and park out of the way a little bit. So this kind of thing is very common and not a problem for us. So all parked up here just waiting for all the passengers. One of the things I love about football particularly is the banter, as you're about to hear.
Off, so it's fine. You can say whatever you like.
Yeah, I was going to say whatever you like. It's perfectly fine.
I'm going to say it's got all the better than it does.
And keep your clothes on, Mick, as well.
It's facing this way, fortunately. So.
Right, so we wanted to stop on the way up. As you can imagine, it's a bit of a trek up to Whitby, and we stopped at Leeds Skelton Lake just for a quick break. Stopped to get, you know, coffee, go to the loo, that kind of stuff. Interesting designer services. I kind of like this kind of curvy, swoopy architecture, which is quite cool. And actually, this is the first time I've been here, but yeah, so we had a quick stop here at Skelton Lake.
You're reversing into the left-hand wall there.
Reversing in there?
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's a stool coming out.
Stuart's coming to see you, I don't know what he's wanting.
That's cool.
How are we doing, alright?
We've got some sunshine in here.
No.
Jesus. Just started. 16 was?
Yes.
Yeah. So, back it in for me.
yeah.
I'll watch you all the way back.
Yeah.
I want you to come back as far as we can get.
Okay.
And then you're going to go forward, so your side's on the hedge.
Yep.
And you're going to be nose onto a grey car.
Okay,
All right, well, watch your back.
We'll sort it out.
All right,
no
can I
problems.
just jump off?
Send it, lads.
I guess I should have seen that the reverse round at Basford pickup was going to be a foreshadowing of reversing back here at Whitby Town. But you know, I guess this is, you know, small local football places like this don't have loads of space, don't have massive car parks, and that's perfectly fine. As I said, us drivers get used to doing this kind of thing. So this was just a nice reverse back down quite a long entranceway into the parking space they had there saved for me. So all good in the end.
Well, we've made it up to Whitby. It's raining here, which apparently is normal, but there we go. Got a little bit of time off now, and then we'll come back and watch the match in a little bit. So we'll see you again soon. Well, obviously I can't come to Whitby without actually coming to the beach to see the sea. And there it is behind us. I mean, this is called West Cliff Beach. And actually the beach is way down there. So we're quite a way up here, but we're going to go for a little wander. So have a quick pan round to kind of towny way, which is kind of around there behind us, and that's where we're going to go next.
So I'm sure many of you will recognise Whitby, and you have to have fish and chips when you go to the seaside. Okay, back at Whitby Town FC, and this was just the pre-match handshake. And I was lucky enough to actually get the one and only goal of the game on film, and this was unfortunately Whitby. Last little clip of video is us arriving back at Basford at the end of the night.
Okay, I'm in the car. The day is done. So the journey back was all good. We came A1 route and we just hit that little bit of roadworks on the A1 where we always do. So no problems there. Back to the football ground, dropped everyone off, back to the depot, sorted the coach out, and now it's home time. So see you again next time, guys. Drive safe.